Welcome back to the grand ballroom of celebrity culture. Welcome back to Anything You Want. You are here because you understand that an award ceremony is never just about the statues or the applause. It is a stage where the soul often speaks louder than the acceptance speeches. You have tuned in because you crave the deep, resonant analysis of the moments that define a career and a romance. Today, we are transporting you to the red carpet of the Elle Style Awards, a night that began with fashion but ended with a revelation that shook the foundations of the tabloid world. We are decoding the luminous presence of Özge Yağız and the sentence that has set the clock ticking on one of Turkey's most beloved love stories. Before we step into the shimmer and the confession, please, solidify your place in our community. Press the subscribe button, ignite the like button to help us conquer the algorithm, and if you truly wish to support high-caliber, independent storytelling, our join button is your gateway to the inner circle. Your support allows us to paint these portraits with the grace they deserve. Today, we witness a woman claiming her future. Let us begin. This year, the Elle Style Awards transcended their traditional definition. Usually a night reserved for the celebration of sartorial risks and aesthetic triumphs, the ceremony evolved into something far more intimate and profound. It became a theater of human emotion, with Özge Yağız taking center stage not merely as an actress, but as the protagonist of a real-life romance novel. From the precise moment her silhouette graced the red carpet, the atmosphere shifted. She did not just arrive. She materialized like a vision, captivating everyone from the hardened fashion critics to the ecstatic fans lining the barricades. Her presence was the undisputed anchor of the evening. Fashion authorities, usually quick to critique, were unanimous in their praise. Özge, the beloved star of The Promise, received top marks for a sartorial choice that was nothing short of a masterpiece. Her dress was a study in light. A shimmering fabric that seemed to capture the flashbulbs and refract them into a soft aura around her. With an impeccable cut that honored the classic while embracing the modern, and details that were simple yet striking, she became the visual definition of the night. The naturalness of her hairstyle and the understated elegance of her makeup drew comments about her timeless elegance, a look that suggested she was not dressing for a trend, but for history. However, while the visual spectacle was undeniable, the true emotional highlight of the evening, the moment that will be etched into the archives of celebrity news, occurred during a brief, seemingly routine chat with the press after the ceremony. The reporters, armed with their microphones and standard questions about her relationship with Gökberk Demirci, expected the usual diplomatic answers. They anticipated vague pleasantries about being happy or focused on work. But Özge Yağız, flashing her signature warm smile, decided that tonight was the night to listen to her heart. Choosing her words with the precision of a poet, she uttered a phrase that instantly dominated the headlines and ignited the imagination of the public. "We're in a hurry to get married because life reminds us every day how precious it is to be together." Read those words again. This was not a casual comment. It was a philosophical declaration. By admitting to a hurry, Özge raised the bar for romance in an industry that often celebrates the casual and the non-committal. She revealed the status of their relationship with a clarity that was blinding. This was no longer a dating scenario, this was a race against time to secure a shared destiny. The declaration became the most shared and discussed moment of the night, generating thousands of comments on social media within minutes. Fans interpreted this candid and sincere talk about marriage not as desperation, but as a courageous declaration of love, a recognition that when you find the right person, waiting becomes a burden, not a virtue. I have to pause here and ask you, the romantics of Anything You Want, do you believe in the concept of hurrying for love? Is there a moment when you realize that waiting is simply a waste of precious time? I am fascinated to hear your philosophy on timing and marriage in the comments below. And remember, if you appreciate this deep dive analysis, clicking the join button is the best way to help us keep this channel independent. Sources close to Özge paint a picture of a woman who has found her center. They say the beautiful actress has been quite peaceful and radiantly happy in her private life lately, a tranquility that is spilling over into her professional work and her public energy. This inner peace is reportedly the direct result of her relationship with Gökberk Demirci. Their bond is described not just as a love story, but as a solid partnership, a team built on mutual respect and shared values. Rumors swirling behind the scenes suggest that despite their grueling work schedules, the early call times, the late shoots, the travel, the couple is fiercely committed to spending quality time together. They are planning their future with this priority in mind, structuring their lives around the necessity of their connection. At the Elle Awards, the happiness in Özge's eyes became even more evident every time Gökberk's name was mentioned. It wasn't just a sparkle, it was a steady flame. While she avoided giving the hungry press a specific calendar date when asked if the wedding was imminent, her follow-up statement was perhaps even more revealing. There's no time for things that come from the heart, but sometimes you feel your heart is ready. This sentence revealed that the couple is more serious than ever. It was interpreted by onlookers as the dawn of a new era for Özge and Gökberk, who have been a tabloid favorite for years. They are moving from the chapter of will they, to the chapter of when they do. Guests at the ceremony were deeply impressed by Özge's energy that evening. Many celebrities, usually wrapped up in their own PR battles, took the time to comment on both her style and her backstage remarks. "Love suits her beautifully" was one of the most frequent whispers of the night. Prominent figures in the fashion world affirmed that Özge had once again proven herself to be not only a talented actress but also a powerful style icon, and now, an icon of modern romance. This year, the Elle Awards were not only a night of statues and silk for Özge but also a special moment in which she opened her heart to all of Turkey. Her open and sincere expression of her dream of marrying Gökberk demonstrated once again that she is a woman who doesn't hide her love behind walls of irony or detachment. She lives her feelings with courage. The impact of that night has refused to diminish. Far from fading with the morning news cycle, the rumor mill has only spun faster. Following Özge's candid and bold declarations, whispers from the actress's inner circle reveal that these words were no mere coincidence or slip of the tongue. It is said that the couple, who have long maintained a private but solid relationship, no longer feel the need to hide the intensity of their feelings. Özge's phrase, "we're in a hurry," is interpreted as a reflection of a relationship that has reached its boiling point, in the best possible way. We are weaving together the threads of a modern fairy tale today. If you are enjoying this narrative journey through the psychology of love and fame, please take a second to like this video. It tells us that you value depth over drama. And for those who want to help us keep the lights on and the stories flowing, our Super Thanks feature is always open. Friends of the actress suggest that Özge's perspective on life has shifted radically in recent months. Her priorities have become crystalline. She is focusing on true happiness rather than the fanciful dreams that often distract young stars. It is frequently mentioned in gossip circles that Gökberk has been a pillar of support for Özge during this time of transformation, nurturing her emotionally and professionally. Her response to the press question, "Why the rush?" became one of the most moving philosophical moments of the evening. We don't know what life has in store for us, so we don't want to wait to walk the same path with the person we love. This acknowledgement of life's fragility and unpredictability added a layer of profound wisdom to her romance. It wasn't just about a wedding dress, it was about mortality and the desire to maximize joy. Meanwhile, social media exploded with reactions. Fans shared Özge's statement thousands of times within minutes, turning her words into viral quotes. Some commented, "True love speaks like this," while others began creating mood boards for the inevitable wedding. On the other side of this equation, Gökberk maintained a discreet yet deeply meaningful stance. He did not rush to the cameras, but his private reaction was reportedly just as poignant. It is rumored that after hearing of Özge's declaration, he told his inner circle, "Growing together and sharing the same dreams is the best thing." This harmony between her public declaration and his private affirmation suggests a couple that is perfectly in sync. In this sense, the Elle Awards night symbolized the beginning of a new chapter in the love between Özge and Gökberk. This confession, made amidst the blinding lights, the rolling cameras, and the thunderous applause, may well be the definitive declaration of a long-awaited truth. Now, all eyes are on how this whirlwind romance will culminate. Rumors suggest this love story may be headed for a fairy tale ending, not because it is perfect, but because it is urgent, real, and unafraid of the clock. Özge Yağız stood in a shimmering dress and reminded the world that the most stylish thing a person can wear is the courage to love out loud. And that, my friends, is the story of the night fashion took a backseat to passion. We have walked through the red carpet, analyzed the confession, and stood witness to a love that refuses to wait. Now, the conversation turns to you. Do you think we will see a wedding before the year is out? And what did you make of Özge's reasoning about the fragility of life? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to Anything You Want and ring that bell. We are your home for the truth behind the glamour. Join the family if you can, and until next time, keep your heart open and your watch set to now. Goodbye.